Let's move on. So, BET being downgraded. Grammy is becoming a regular thing. US-based Ghanaian artist. I'm coming to you. Say BET is being downgraded, and
US-based what?
I didn't say USB.
Chris, what did you smoke before coming here? We said BET is a US.
So, a US-based Ghanaian artist has observed that. Unlike before, Black Entertainment Television, that is BET.
US-based Ghanaian artist. I see. Look at the description.
Who is he?
He's called Vudumane.
Yeah, I even struggling to mention his name.
So Vudumane.
Vudumane.
So this is what he says.
Vudumane.
This is what he says.
Oh, okay.
Listen to what he said. Even the Grammys are becoming a regular thing. People now think just anybody can win a Grammy. Even American artists are not moved by the Grammys anymore. He says those past days when winning a Grammy meant you were a top dog, like the Jay-Z's and the rest. He feels that we have now regularized the BETs and the Grammys. Just anyone at all.
You see, I don't want to toe the line in the sense that, you see, times have changed. How many musicians, how many Jay-Z's did we have at that time? How many, say, Sean Pauls, how many Benny Men did we have at that time? You understand? So a lot has changed. And so we cannot just look at things from that angle. Right. I don't know why he wants to bring those together. I mean, I think that winning Grammys even now is still a big deal. Winning a BET award is still a big deal. You understand? Except that things have changed and times have changed. And so we have a lot more of the artists doing well these days. And so you would have, I mean, even Ghana here, during the time of Obrafour and what's his name, Lord Kenya and those people, these guys were good. But we didn't have any slots at the BETs. Do you get it? We didn't have slots in there. So they did not get the opportunity to be nominated in the BETs and your other awards in there. You understand? So, I mean, so times have changed. So if Stonebwoy now comes and wins a BET award, then you tell me that BET has become, ordinary? No, that is not the case. So the world is becoming, smaller and smaller by the day. We say the world has become a global village. And so people get to see people's works. There is Spotify here and there. There is, all the streaming platforms are now available. They are there. So you could see people's work. We didn't have, an Afrobeat being nominated in the Grammys in the past. Now, Afrobeat has a slot in there. So is because Afrobeat has a slot in there, and the likes of Burna Boys are getting in there, the likes of Davido, the likes of Thames, the likes of the water girl from South Africa, what's her name?
Tyler.
Yes, all those girls. Getting water girl. You understand? Getting the opportunity to go in there, you say that the Grammys has become, ordinary. No, that is not the case. It is because times have changed and, they have opened the gates. Now people have the opportunity to go in there. If you still are a musician, and you have the opportunity to win the Grammys, it is still a big thing. It is still a big deal. And people get nominations in the Grammys and it does a lot for them. Even winning Ghana Music Awards is not a small joke. It isn't a small feat to achieve. You understand? So for me, I don't know why he's saying all of the things he's saying, but I still believe that Grammys is big. BET is still big. Times have changed. Level don't change. I mean, now there's the opportunity for more musicians to go in there because a lot more musicians are doing well. There are streaming platforms that can easily monitor your work. Unlike those days where you'd have to go into a record shop to buy a CD, to ask for how many CDs have been bought, this artist, this artist and that artist. These days, it's not like that again. You don't have to go to a record shop to find out how many CDs have been bought. You just go online, the streaming platforms, and you are good to go. You know whose music is being or whose song is being streamed. You understand? Who is getting the numbers? And so that is how it has been. That is where the world has moved to. And so I don't just want to believe that, what he's saying. What he's saying, I just don't believe it.
You just don't believe it. Shanti, let me come to you next.
This issue, yesterday, I remember talking to a friend, and then he was like, before, he's a radio person, and he said before he, ventured into this radio business, he really used to have this enthusiasm, like this kind of, passion and feeling for the radio, and then he would even kill himself for anything when it comes to radio. But now it's not really like that. He just wants to do what he's supposed to do, and then he's out. Because he's been in the radio job for like 10 years, 12 years. And then, the enthusiasm, everything is not like before. And so if you tell me that because he has been in the radio for like 12 years and then he feels like, he's seen everything that he has to see, he's been in there for a long time, familiarity and everything, and someone who wants to now enter into radio because he has been there and then he feels like, me agaza makono kran the name to say first no na so before for banas na kono wo mu na che say radio dwuma no fa so bi eni so na say eno so wo say egu. It doesn't make sense to me. So when it comes to what Vudumane, right? Chris, am I right?
Yeah.
Vudumane is saying, I think he has to, come back again. Exactly, because what he's saying doesn't really hold water for me. So Jay-Z started like way, long ago. And so because Jay-Z has won Grammys at that time, and then now let's say Tyler is now, the talk of, the town, and then he's getting the nomination and the Grammy awards. Now, because of that, Grammy for Sobi and Niso. It doesn't make sense. Of course, people are going to do it and they are going to leave. Before, you can mention names, you can mention people. I don't know how much they performing, and then that's about they see. Unto me, but before, if you mention how much they did, come on. Serious. I mean, he was a big person. He was a big person. At that time, besides time and how much they did, or you serious. No, na sa kwa they were here. Na Kwame Eugene were here.
Right.
It's because Amachi Dede is no more being nominated at the TGMAs, and it's not really doing music like before.
Yes, music
is a regular thing, or TGMA is a regular thing. No. Amachi Dede cannot come and compete with Sarkodie at this point. So what he's saying is senseless.
Nice one.